excited tonight to share 6 great speakers that will have motivating, encouraging, and inspiring message to share with our audience.
And then I see this girl on Facebook who had just totally caught my eye. Now I'm still in the beginning phases of my business. I was an insurance broker. Remember I told you I lost my job, I lost all my money. I literally was barely making it. But I see this girl that caught my eye and we started to converse. She's a celebrity therapist. She's had her own TV show. And I thought, for some reason, I need to connect with her. And we talked, we connected on Facebook. And let's see, we started chatting. And then we got on the phone and said, we're in the same business, we're love coaches, let's talk. And I talked to her. And she just told me she just ended a relationship with someone. In the back of my mind, I said, oh shoot. But I bet you I'll see her on Match.com within 6 weeks. Literally to the day I said that, she was on Match.com. Now I happen to have her phone number in my cell phone, so I reached out to her. I said, hey, I noticed you just joined Match.com. And she goes, yeah, I did. You know, we had a little text message conversation. I said, well, I have the biggest crush on you. And she wrote me back, aw, that's so sweet, Jonathan. She goes, I make a better sister than I would your girlfriend.
And I'm here to tell you that the rabbit hole is not anything like Alice in Wonderland. There are no fanciful flowers singing. There is no caterpillar smoking a hookah. It is dark and deep and constricted and scary in the rabbit hole. It's loud because that's where your inner critic lives. That's where your mistakes live. That's where your past lives. That's where what you might perceive as your failures live. But I fought it because this was part of my DNA. I wanted to control this. But I couldn't because the voices were really loud.
My advice to people is just do whatever you can do. You know, when people say, well, should I follow a certain diet, or should I go on a macrobiotic diet, or go to this clinic in Mexico, or I don't know. Nobody really knows. Everybody has to do what makes them feel empowered. If that makes you feel good about your survival, do it, go for it. If you have the money, go for it. I don't know. I can't say what's best for you. I can only know what I would do in my own circumstance. And everybody, I think people should not be judgmental about what other people choose to do in the same situation. I just believe in everything in moderation. My own survival, I can't really attribute to anything in particular. It's important to eat wholesome, fresh foods, avoid foods with hormones, preservatives, pesticides, drink a lot of water, just the same thing that we hear all the time anyway. You have to make choices based on certain conditions. Some people have suppressed immune systems, so they have to be careful about certain foods. Listen to what your body wants and make wise decisions that you feel empowered, that make you feel empowered in your own food choices.
So in December, my father was not doing really well with his health. I called him up and I said, Dad, you really need to get Meals on Wheels and you need to get a house cleaner. You're just not doing well. Well, he told me I was not his daughter anymore and disowned me. So in March, he went to the hospital. He called me up and he said, Debbie, you were right. I was wrong. I should have gotten help. And he died a few days later. So what I'm here to tell you is the things that I've learned in the process. The first one is don't let other people define who you are. You get to define who you are. And I decided when I started my healing journey that I was no longer going to let my father define who I was because I wasn't a shithead. The next one is you have to have a support system to be able to heal. You cannot do this on your own. And another one is we need to receive wisdom. God brings into my life all the time people who have a lot of wisdom. And so I've learned to listen to them because I know that they're placed in my life for a reason. And now that I'm more and more aware, I find myself being placed into people's lives for a reason too.
So we're going up the escalator, and I'm, hobbling around still, not doing very well. And we get to the top of the escalator, and I turn. There's Jack. He's standing by his table with all his books and his tapes, and there was no one around. I could not believe it. I told my friend, I go, come on, we gotta go. I gotta go say hi. He's gonna sign my book. We're gonna get a picture. Here's my camera. Come on. I just could not wait to thank this man for everything that he had done in my life. I was so excited. So I go up to Jack, and I'm like huddling up, and I'm in front of him, and I put my hand out to shake his hand, and I started crying. No, I didn't start crying. I started bawling. And I just could not even control myself. And I'm standing there going, I cannot believe this. I finally have the opportunity to tell this man how grateful I am, and I can't even speak. I can't even breathe, let alone speak. Luckily, my friend, knowing how much he meant to me, she said, Jack, you've been really instrumental in her life. And he goes, I can see that. And then he took my hand and he said, it's okay. You obviously have something very important you want to say to me. I'll wait.
Raise your hand if you've ever felt abandoned. A lot of it had to do with my mother dying of alcoholism when I was only 12 years old. Or maybe it was that time when I was 18. Just come home from hanging out with my friends, looking forward to kicking back, grabbing a snack, watching some TV. I opened the door and went inside and couldn't believe what I saw. Nothing. It was empty. The furniture was gone. Everything was gone. My father had packed up and moved to Florida and didn't even leave me a forwarding address. I had no family, no place to lay my head. I was alone and had no one to turn to. You ever felt alone in the world? One day I saw a commercial about the Air Force. Air Force, a great way of life. Sounded like an adventure, a chance for a different life. It's not like I had anything else taking up my time.
Thank you everyone for coming out to Mo Mondays this evening. I hope you enjoyed your time with us. I really hope that everyone has been motivated, inspired, and encouraged, and that you've gotten something out of all the stories shared here today. Thank you for coming.